Look at the way in which you interact with people and ask yourself the question, how can I more fully engage when it's time? How can I more fully engage being there for someone else, being a support, being a motivation, but to really check in on the people side because it's the beginning of everything. I know it seems like we should, move this over here, like after education, after action, then build people skills. No, no, it's something that really starts the equation all the way across. And of course, we cannot forget the way in which our mind is functioning. This is where our intuition fine tunes. This is where our talents, our gifts are brought to the surface or allowed to come to the surface because we've hid them for so long. And it's like, no, it's time for those gifts and talents to come to the surface and not push them in the back of our mind. Then we engage with people, boom, then our skills and our actions really come together. So these two right here tend to be put towards the last. They do. They tend to be put towards the last. Education tends to be like the first thing everybody works on when they want to become successful. Well, actually, no, this is what people work on first. It's like, I just got to do more, right? We all get this. It's like, yeah, that's not the case. Action's important, but it needs to have its place in the equation. So it's not like we just work on people skills and don't do anything, but there's a balance in being conscious of these components about what it takes to be able to create results, especially if you're wanting to build bigger results. Like if you already have results, sweet, right? But it's like, okay, I want to try this at another level. Okay, so which one do you work on? Which one do you work on? Well, I suggest that you come back here to the beginning and take a look at what's going on inside the mind that may be holding things up, because it's the start of everything. So if you've reached a particular result and you've plateaued in some way, here's a great checklist. Okay, what's going on inside my head? Where's my visualization? Where's my language? Where's my awareness? How's my people side of my life? Do I have relationships I need to mend? Are there new relationships I can build? Or where can I go to meet new people, right? More people. And then check in and go, okay, what kind of skill do I need to learn now? What am I missing? And then boom, taking action. How am I doing in taking action? Am I self-sabotaging? Am I putting things off? Or am I just getting after it? Right? So this is like my checklist. It's like, if I'm trying to do something and trying to make something a little better or do something a little bit better, I come in here and it's like, okay, natural to gravitate here, natural to gravitate here, natural to skip this, and natural to skip this. But it's like, wait, I got to keep things in order. Now, mindset is everything, right? We all know this. It's everything. It is everything. And when I say everything, I'm talking everything, because inside this mindset, there's two things going on. There's a positive power and there's a negative power. And you're the one, right? You're the one to govern this, to be able to look at this and go, okay, where am I on this line? Am I still drifting down below and having some negativity run me? Doubt, smack talk, getting triggered, getting, ticked off at stuff. There's enough things today to get triggered about, but it's like, uh-oh, are you down here below this line? Uh-oh, if you're down here, yeah, that makes things difficult. It does. Consciously to be able to go, whoa, got to keep my head in a good spot. So 2 powers, be conscious of them, of like, okay, what side of the line are you on? Because if you're up here, you're a lot better at pulling things together. You're down here, it's tough to pull stuff together. Tough when you have that pessimist, that critical thinking that goes on down here that's just not healthy critical, because there is a healthy critical. But yeah, I got to check in. I'm telling you what I do. This is what I do. What I do is I go, okay, where am I? I got to play above the line if I want things to come together. So I got to check in with my head. I got to check in with my heart. Like, okay, oh, if I do have some negative, I better handle that. Time for some clearing techniques, right? But I got to keep my head up here. So I got to keep my mind going where I want it to go. So I look at that, with those two powers and going, okay, I got to govern this, because I'm checking my categories, keep my head straight. How am I doing with people? Boom, am I learning? Take action. Let's go. Let's get going, right? So Kirk, out of all four, really, what do you spend the most time doing? I spend most of my time right here. I don't like sit in my chair for hours, but my awareness of where my mind is going, super important. Man, you want to make sure you know where this thing's going, right? Tell me if you get this, right? You agree. Click the raise the hand button if you agree. It's like, yeah, I got to keep my head straight, because if it goes down, wow, everything else goes that way, right? Oh, man. I remember riding horses with my dad. My dad was teaching us how to ride horses. And I remember, thinking to myself, oh, this is nice. You just sit on a horse. And my horse would follow my dad's horse. And I thought that was riding horses, is like you just sit on a horse and let your horse follow the horse in front of you. And then this one day, my dad said, hey, you go this way, I go that way. And we're going through the trees, up in the mountains, and we're just kind of checking some stuff out. And I tried going a particular way by myself. I couldn't run that horse. I couldn't steer that thing. And I was yelling to the trees, Dad, the horse won't go where I want to go. I'm like yelling, Dad, because the horse kept wanting to go back and follow my dad's horse. So I'm yelling to the trees, Dad, the horse won't do what I'm telling it to do. And he just kept yelling back to me through the trees. And he's like, you have to turn the head. Wherever the head goes, the body follows. And I just remember him just yelling through the trees about turning the head. What direction is the head going? And I know that was like a long time ago, but it still applies even to me as a human being. It's like, whoa, man, where is my head going? So whenever I have moments where things are messy or difficult, and they're not quite working out the way that I want them to, if I have that moment and it's like, what is going on? Then what I do is I go, okay, first thing to check in on when things are not going right is I'm not checking on people. I'm not checking on systems. I'm checking on my head. What's going on inside my head? So notice this, if I want to build and do better, it starts with my head, my mindset.